Captain Jack Miller stared silently through the viewport of his damaged vessel. The vast emptiness of space stretched before him, but his focus remained on the alien cruiser that had stolen his cargo, 3 months' worth of rare minerals from the outer colonies. They think they can just take what they want because we're from Earth, he muttered, his calloused fingers tightening around the ship's controls. The Galactic Confederation had classified Earth as a death world centuries ago, a planet with such harsh conditions that its native species had evolved to be uncommonly resilient. Humans were regarded with a mixture of fear and fascination throughout the galaxy, but many alien species still underestimated them. The Vrel were about to learn that lesson the hard way. Commander Trisk of the Vrel Acquisition Fleet considered the human cargo ship they had just raided to be an easy target. His 6-limbed form moved gracefully across the command deck as he inspected the stolen minerals. Primitive human technology, he chittered to his crew. They didn't even put up a fight. His second-in-command, Officer Niles, seemed less certain. Sir, I've heard stories about humans. They don't react to theft like other species. Trisk waved a dismissive limb. Superstition. The human ship is crippled, and we're already jumping to the next system. What Trisk didn't realize was that Jack Miller had spent his youth in the Australian outback, where death lurked in every shadow and survival required constant vigilance. Before becoming a cargo pilot, he had served 15 years in Earth's Special Forces, specializing in recovery operations. Jack wasn't just any human. He was precisely the wrong human to steal from. The small craft that detached from Jack's crippled ship went undetected by Vrel sensors. Inside, Jack wore a specialized exosuit designed to withstand extreme conditions. His breathing was steady, his heart rate controlled as he maneuvered toward the alien vessel's exhaust port. Never corner something that evolved to survive predators, he whispered to himself, a mantra from his military days. Back on the Vrel ship, the first alarm sounded when environmental systems on the lower deck began failing. The ship's artificial gravity fluctuated briefly before stabilizing. Probably residual damage from passing through that asteroid field, an engineer reported to Trisk, who nodded absently while examining the human minerals that would fetch a small fortune in the outer rim markets. The second alarm came from the engine room, a minor power fluctuation that the Vrel attributed to their hasty departure. By the time the third alarm sounded, indicating an unauthorized access to their life support systems, Trisk finally began to worry. Find the source of these disturbances, he ordered, his voice carrying an edge of concern. Officer Niles' antennae quivered nervously. Sir, I've been researching human capabilities. They can endure conditions that would kill most sentient species. They can operate with broken bones, function with minimal oxygen, and— Enough, Trisk snapped. One human against a crew of 30 Vrel warriors is not a threat. At that moment, the lights throughout the ship dimmed, and emergency protocols activated. The main viewing screen flickered to life, showing the face of Captain Jack Miller. This is your one warning, Jack said calmly. Return my cargo and I'll leave your ship intact. Trisk's mandibles clicked in amusement. You're in no position to make demands, human. You're outnumbered and outgunned. Jack's expression didn't change. I've already disabled your engines, rerouted your life support through my control pad, and planted enough explosives throughout your ship to turn it into a very expensive light show. You're not dealing with a diplomat. You're dealing with someone who grew up on a planet that tried to kill him every day. To demonstrate his point, the oxygen levels in the command center dropped momentarily, causing the Vrel to gasp and clutch at their breathing tubes. Humans don't need as much oxygen as you do, Jack continued. I can function in this atmosphere for hours. Can you? Fear spread through the Vrel crew as they realized the human had infiltrated their ship completely undetected and now held their lives in his hands. How did you even get aboard? Trisk demanded, his earlier confidence evaporating. I climbed through your exhaust system while holding my breath for 6 minutes, Jack explained as if it were nothing remarkable. Your ship's internal temperature is uncomfortable but well within human tolerance ranges. And your security systems weren't designed to detect someone who can move silently through ventilation systems. Officer Niles' research had been correct. The stories about humans weren't exaggerated. If anything, they were understated. Within 20 minutes, the Vrel crew had loaded all of Jack's stolen cargo onto his recovery vessel. They worked under his watchful eye, now understanding what it meant to provoke a species from a death world. As Jack prepared to depart, Trisk approached him cautiously. "You could have killed us all. Why didn't you?" Jack secured the last crate before answering. "Because I just wanted what's mine. But spread the word to other would-be thieves. Humans don't forget, and we always come back for what belongs to us." The story of how a single human reclaimed his cargo from an entire Vrel cruiser spread quickly through the galactic trading routes. It wasn't long before ships bearing the Earth insignia traveled unmolested, given a wide berth by species who had finally learned an important lesson. You don't steal from Deathworlders, especially not the ones who call Earth home.